So I'm gonna quit my job and just retire at the beach. I think you're gonna feel the same way by the time we're done this video. Justin Conoco from Prime Real Estate. I'm at Center Street in Grand Bend. This property is one of the most historic in the area. It is honestly right at the heart of Grand Bend, just on the north side of the main strip. Walking distance to the beach, I can actually see another project that one of my clients is doing just down the street that's right next to the path. And then pretty much walking distance up to Timmy's and all the other restaurants and everything that you see. So Grand Bend is going through a massive resurgence right now. There's a ton of new home development. A lot of the older properties are getting bought up and then renovated to a very high caliber. And a lot of people like you and I are coming back to the area and buying these properties and making them upper scale rentals, year-round living, or part-time cottages. The interesting thing about that is the biggest mistake people can make in real estate investing is thinking, oh, well, you know, I missed that upswing, so I'm not gonna bother investing. And then they miss another upswing. Think about Muskoka. You know, if I told you could buy property 15 years ago for pennies on the dollar, you would do it. But if you missed that first opportunity and then say 5 years in, had that opportunity again, missed it, you would have missed the largest upswing to happen in the Muskokas. Think about Grand Bend the same way. If you've been following us for a number of years, we've been saying that this is happening and coming. In the last 2 years, we've seen bigger jumps in this marketplace than we've ever seen. And we've been working this local market for a long time. So definitely not an opportunity you're gonna wanna miss. As you can see from the outside, one of the most pristine properties in this area. Beautiful frontage, corner lot. You have an upper and a lower unit, completely separate, or they can be combined depending on what you want. I can't waste any more time. I have to show you the inside. So without me even having to say it, I know you can just feel that this place has oodles of charm, character, pride of ownership, and upgrades throughout. If you're looking in this area of Grand Bend, you're gonna see there's a variety of product that you can buy. Some of them are maybe no more than a shed that's been upgraded with an HVAC. Others are full-blown year-round homes that are nice, but don't have that character. This can be anything you want it to be. As I mentioned outside, it's currently set up as two completely separate units, two kitchens, everything you could need. All you'd have to do is put in a staircase if you wanted to make it one large home, maybe a dual family living situation, something along those lines. But as I mentioned, the person that lived here is a staple in Grand Bend, has tons of pride in this property, and is well known by the community as being one of the most loving, caring guys. Doesn't want to leave, but life changes and there's some opportunities elsewhere that benefit you to have this amazing opportunity. So form and function, one of the best properties I've seen in this area. You'll feel that the second you walk up that front deck by the waterfall to the wraparound deck with a hot tub, rear entrance off the kitchens, perfect for barbecuing. As you can see, kitchen's incredibly upgraded, granite countertops, gas range. Tucked around the corner is your laundry. So think of that convenience factor when you're going in and out. So I absolutely love digging into the history of Grand Bend. My wife's family is like 5th generation from this area, and talking to people in the past about, you know, how Grand Bend in the 50s and 60s was that family-friendly place that everybody would just come to and, you know, spend their summers, maybe have a cottage, maybe live here, and then go back into the city or wherever they were. And then it transitioned into the 90s to the 2000s, where a lot of our generation came and it became kind of that party town. And you could open up a t-shirt shop and make a couple $100,000 a year. It was very easy to do business. And then it went through a bit of a transition where markets and demands changed and shifted. People grew up, opened businesses, started families, maybe they're not partying as much. And I think what we're seeing in Grand Bend now is that shift. People are into healthy food, they're into, you know, being outdoors and exploring and everything else. So Grand Bend is adapting to that. You see some local businesses that are pouring their hearts into this city. You see Midori's just killing it. If you go on their social media, you'll see the type of stuff that they're doing. Aunt Gussie's has rebranded to the Lake Hound. Same great owners. They just started doing some wild vegan food and great stuff and live music. So they're incorporating into who they're becoming and tying into the community. You get places like the Iron Barn, the Colonial Sold. Like, there are some big things happening in this area, more than I could possibly say on this video without boring you. But give me a call. I'd love to give you some insights, give you a personal tour. You're gonna wanna see this property right away if you have any interest in buying it at this price point with things happening in Grand Bend. I can't imagine it'll be on the market for long. Appreciate your time and attention as always, and thank you.